It's the best time of the year. March Madness is officially upon us. Welcome to Flame Central. I'm Emily Austin, and Matt Warner, for some reason, trusted me to do the show alone today. We'll hear from him in just a moment. A lot to get to on today's show. Malik Willis is headed to Miami. Plus, we have a special dedication feature for former head coach Carey Green. But first, let's send it down to Huntsville, Alabama to get an update from Matt and Paul Nazigan on a competitive Conference USA tournament.
Competitive is a great way to describe Conference USA this season. If you follow the league, you know anybody can win on any given night. And while Liberty was the best team in the regular season, the number one seed, Richie McKay and company knew it was no sure thing they were going to come into this tournament and win the entire thing. As it turned out, winning even a game was no sure thing. The Flames taking on the 9 seed Missouri State in the quarterfinal round. Liberty got a little offense early on from Caden Matheny, knocking down some triples, something he's accustomed to doing in this tournament. He was 4 of 12 from downtown, finished with 14 points. The offense looked like it was clicking into high gear. A 14-0 run in the first half stretched that Liberty lead, but credit Missouri State, chipping away, got that Liberty lead down to just 4 at the half. Then in the second, it was all about Michael Osei-Bonsu. The big man for the Bears was unstoppable in this ball game. He was 14 of 16 from the field, a career-high 31 points. Liberty had no answers for him in the second half. Zach Cleveland did all he could down the stretch of this ball game, 20 points, 14 rebounds, but 2 clutch threes from Trey Williams end up being the daggers in this contest. And the biggest upset in this tournament, unfortunately, comes for the Flames in their first contest as they fall by the final of 77-69. Missouri State with a huge win as they're moving on to the semifinal round, and the Flames are heading back to Lynchburg. We welcome in Paul Nazigan now. Naz, you and I called that game. Tough watch in the second half. Liberty had no defensive answers for Osei-Bonsu. That was just kind of the story of the ballgame.
Yeah, it really was. There was, a couple things, but they were really ready. Missouri State was ready for either way that Liberty was going to defend the post. If it was single coverage, they said, big fella, go to work. And Liberty just did not have an answer man for man down there. And then Liberty did, on several possessions, double team the post. Yeah. But they were ready. Shooters got the spots, and Osei-Bonsu is a great passer. And we saw him skip pass out to the opposite side and then hit some threes. Again, their shooters stepped up as well. Not a great three-point shooting team, but they made them when they had to. The other thing was, Liberty's shots from three just went a little cold down the stretch. Time and time again, we saw Liberty just, hit big shots throughout this season, and when they needed them tonight, they just weren't there. Yeah,
Missouri State shoots over 70% from the field in the second half, and it was kind of worst-case scenario at both ends of the floor. You couldn't get stops. And the offense, you just kept waiting for that. Where's that 10-0 run? Yeah. It just never did come.
It just couldn't. It just come a little bit out of sorts. You hate to see it end this way, but again, we said all the 4 games we've called. You talk about how this league is so tough and anybody can beat anybody. You got to credit Missouri State. They're a good team. They fought through, had the game plan tonight, and executed it.
Yeah. So now Liberty, the season comes to a close in this tournament. They hope for an opportunity in the NIT moving forward, but a frustrating finish for so many seniors and so many veterans on this team.
Yeah, certainly disappointing for Flames Nation, disappointing for the team, not the way they wanted it to end, but listen, this game should not overshadow what has been an incredible season, the 17-game winning streak and so many highlights that the team has provided for Flames Nation. It'll sting, but in the long run, it'll be looked back on as a great year.
It'll sting, but hopefully not the last time we see this crew on the floor this season. Emily.
Such a bummer. I'm going to miss this amazing group of seniors so much. What an incredible, historic season for the Flames. Despite the loss, the Flames racked up a number of postseason awards. Senior Zach Cleveland was named as the Conference USA Player of the Year. He is the first Flame to win it since Darius McGee won the ASUN Player of the Year back in 2023. Cleveland also landed on the All-CUSA first team alongside his teammate and sharpshooter Brett Decker Jr. Caden Matheny was named to the third team, while J.J. Harper made all-defensive team, and Colin Porter received an honorable mention nod. And we aren't finished handing out the hardware. Head coach Richie McKay is your Conference USA Co-Coach of the Year. He shares the honor with Sam Houston head coach Chris Mudge. This marks McKay's fourth career Conference Coach of the Year honor. McKay guided the Flames to a 25-6 regular season record, which included a program record 17 straight victories. Liberty's 17-3 CUSA record was good for its second straight regular season conference title. McKay is also being recognized as a finalist for 3 other major coaching awards: the Jim Phelan National Coach of the Year, the Hugh Durham Award, which honors the top mid-major head coach, and finally, the Ben Jobe Award for the top minority head coach. We take it to the gridiron for breaking news out of the NFL. Former Flame quarterback Malik Willis is officially a Miami Dolphin. In under an hour of free agency, the Dolphins signed Willis, who was the #1 top free agent in the entire league. Willis signed a 3-year, $67.5 million contract with Miami. Oh, by the way, $45 million is fully guaranteed. Don't forget about us back on the mountain, Malik. And 2 seasons with the Packers, Willis appeared in 11 games with 3 starts and combined to complete 79% of his passes for 972 yards and 6 touchdowns without an interception. He also added 3 rushing scores. Best of luck to Malik in Miami. We go back to the hardwood for our next feature. Former head coach Carey Green is a legend, not only here at Liberty, but all across women's basketball. And his wife, Denise, has been right there alongside him for those 26 years of leading this Lady Flame program. So when 2 former members of his basketball staff, Jesse and Heather Stevens, were presented an opportunity to honor Coach Green and Denise, they did so in a special and impactful way.
Mình xin bạn ơn như luôn, chị xin bạn ơn như.
Well, Coach Green has been the ultimate father figure, and is the way that I would describe it. And Mrs. Green, you know, she always referred to the team. She had 15 daughters that she had to look after.
Coach Green is one of a kind. I mean, he is as authentic and genuine of person from the moment you meet him, you know, Mrs. Green. But I think the thing that stands out the most for me is just how welcoming and warm and loving that they were from the very beginning.
It's real. It's real.
So my story is kind of interesting there. I came to Liberty for college for a weekend in November of '98. And that weekend, Liberty was hosting a women's basketball tournament. And so I went to every game with the guys that I came with, and we loved it. And in a weird way, because of that, that's the reason that I came to Liberty. And in that fall in '99, the very first convocation, there was an announcement that women's basketball was looking for managers. So I immediately ran back to my dorm room, called the women's basketball office, and they said, sure, come on over. And looking back, I was kind of one of Coach Green's first hires.
So in 2003, I was finishing up my collegiate basketball career at the University of Wyoming, and knew that I wanted to get into coaching. And so as in any profession, you're networking and who can make a phone call and so forth. And so Coach Green called me, and we just started having a conversation over the phone, and and he offered me the job, and sight unseen, I said yes, which, is just totally a God thing in itself to move, across the country. And showed up on campus, early June of 2003, and walked into the basketball offices and met Coach Green and Mrs. Green, and started my journey here at Liberty.
And that's when Heather and I met, right when she got here, her second or third day on campus, we met in the women's basketball offices. One
of my first duties was to be a referee for this summer camp game. And lo and behold, Jesse was the other referee. The friendship started there, with basketball kind of as the backdrop. But, God was just working from the very beginning.
And from the moment that they knew that Heather and I were dating, they were just very supportive and always, in a way, looking after us, making sure that we kept God at the center of our life.
The lives that they've touched, the lives that they've impacted, you know, in our lives. I mean, Jesse and I wouldn't be together. You know, ultimately, we wouldn't have started a family, you know, if we hadn't met each other. They've been at every big moment of our lives. You know, it's been an honor to be a part of their lives, and it's been the biggest blessing to have them be a part of ours.
Looking back, Coach Green took every opportunity to make sure that every young lady in the program, that they were looked after. He was most interested in the person, most interested in showing them Christ in everything that they did. And you know, really every second that he coached, really, he kind of led as a Christ-like example, and Mrs. Green the same way.
It was always, what can Coach Green do to get to know that person? What can Mrs. Green do to show the love of Christ to that person? Because they saw that as their opportunity. And it was evident from day one how much they truly cared about people and the person first and foremost. And what you did, whether you were a manager or a basketball player or an assistant coach, that was always secondary.
When it was presented with an opportunity to make a gift for the women's basketball locker room, Heather and I both immediately said, well, that's wonderful. We'd love to do it, but it can't be our names. It has to be Coach Green and Denise, because they're the ones that have poured so much into this program. And to be able to leave the legacy that they have with the dedication and the commitment that they've had to the women's basketball program for the last 26 years, to kind of give that a permanent place outside the locker room where everybody will see it going forward is really important to us.
There's no one else more fitting. They would never expect it. They would never think in a million years that would even be a possibility. But I can't think of two people that put service and servanthood at the first and foremost, and, you know, and glorifying God. And they embody what, you know, I think the late Dr. Falwell envisioned for this university, that, you know, to train champions for Christ.
Coach Green and Mrs. Green, thank you so much for the impact that you've had on our lives, and always looking after us and challenging us, helping us to become who we are today. You've been such a blessing to us.
Coach and Mrs. Green, we can't think of two people more deserving to be honored in this way. And we just love you both so much, and thank you for the impact that you've had on our lives and so many more. To God be the glory.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Speechless.
I know.
You want to go see more about her?
Why not?
I can't believe it.
You guys got us.
Oh, you really got us.
That's good.
Oh, y'all are the sweetest things in the world.
Big picture, thank you, Liberty University, Dr. Falwell, and this wonderful opportunity of just ministry to the game of basketball. We love it. Jesse, Heather, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, and to God be the glory.
That's right. That's it.
Well-deserved honor for Coach Green and Denise. This women's program hasn't skipped a beat since Green retired. The Lady Flames also received some love with a few postseason awards. Sophomores Avery Mills and Emmy Stout landed on the All-CUSA first team. Mills leads the conference in three-pointers per game, while Stout is second in field goal percentage. Ife Nwabi made the all-freshman team as well as All-CUSA honorable mention. Nwabi is CUSA's leading rebounder and sits in second for block shots. We shift gears to the Diamond. The Flames are fresh off a series sweep over Harvard, and their win on Sunday came in style with a walk-off double from Josh Campos. It marked Liberty's 9th straight victory as the Flames hit the road for a game against UNC Greensboro on Tuesday. Hey, if you like offense, then you're going to love the next couple minutes of this show. Tie game in the fourth. It's a full count solo shot for Tucker Moore. That puts Liberty on top 4-3. Oh, do you want more from Moore? Here you go. He does it again in the fifth. This time, it's a 2-run homer to put the Flames up 7-4. And Campos, he wants to join in on the party. It's back-to-back jacks. Riley DeCandido also had 2 home runs in the victory as the Flames top UNCG 12-10 for their 10th straight win. All right, let's stay on the diamond. It's been a rough start to this season for Dot's group. Will a road trip to JMU help turn it around? We'll see plenty from the offense. So Savannah Jesse said, look what I can do behind the plate. What a beautiful throw. All right, let's take it to the 6th. JMU up 2 until Alexi Skio to center field. That's good for a 3-run shot and a Liberty lead. Jester delivers up next. That's back-to-back home runs. Jesse just getting it done at the plate, too. It's now 8-6 Liberty, but the 6th inning still isn't over. Moments later, Bryn McManus goes deep to make it 3 homers in a row. Kind of looks like both baseball and softball had the same game plan for their midweek matchups. The Lady Flames complete the comeback for the 9-8 road victory over JMU. All right, some news coming from the pitch. Former Lady Flame Ivy Gardner, now Ivy Yance, signed a professional contract with NC Courage. She becomes the first Lady Flame to ever sign a deal with any National Women's Soccer League organization. In her 4 seasons at Liberty, she ranks as one of the best scorers and forwards in program history. She's second all-time in points, goals, assists, and game-winning goals. Best of luck to Ivy in her next chapter. You know, Ivy is a huge friend and fan of the Flame Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia. You will be too if you check it out. We drop a new episode every Monday. And for any stories you may have missed, head over to libertyflamecentral.com. We're out of time this week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sure you're looking forward to having Matt back next week just as much as I am. We'll see you then.